it's Storyteller Tammany, and I have another story for you today. Actually, it's not really a story. It's more of an informative book. I'm not sure what you're going to think of it, but I'm fascinated. I have always wondered, and I think I've heard the answer before, but it just, for some reason, always slips my mind as what the answer is. But I was curious, because it's fall, I was curious why leaves change color. Why sometimes trees can be a bright, beautiful red, and other trees are just green, or lose their leaves and you don't see any color, or they turn brown immediately. I mean, it depends on the tree, obviously, but let's find out, because I've got this Investigating Why Leaves Change Their Color book. Woohoo! Let's find out. I love going on walks or on drives with my family to go see the different colors in fall. Out of thin air. Have you ever looked up at a tall leafy tree and wondered, how did it get so big? For a long time, scientists did not know. They thought plants, like animals, had to eat to grow. The scientists guessed that plants ate something in soil. Today we know that plants build themselves mostly from the air. That is where they get carbon, a building block for life. The carbon plants use comes from carbon dioxide, a gas in the air. Plants turn carbon dioxide and water into food. This is called photosynthesis, and it takes place inside green leaves. Why green leaves, you might ask? What about when leaves change color? Okay, you likely see big green leafy trees like this one all the time. Did you ever stop to wonder why leaves look green though? Okay, I don't know. I've never heard why leaves, it says look green, not why they are green. Interesting. Okay, so this picture shows how photosynthesis works. The plant takes in water, carbon dioxide, and sunlight, and it gives off oxygen. And if you don't already know, boys and girls, oxygen is the air that we breathe. So sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water, and it puts out oxygen. So trees actually help you breathe. What is photosynthesis? Plants need energy or power to live, to grow. They get it from sugar, the energy-rich food they make. Where does the energy stored in sugar come from? That energy comes from the sun. Photosynthesis means putting together by light. Sunlight helps plants put carbon dioxide and water together to make sugars and other carbohydrates. The plant gives off oxygen, the gas we breathe. There we go. Plants have to trap sunlight before they can use it, though. How do they do that? They have a powerful green superhero in their leaves. It saves the day, or really, the daylight. This plant superhero is called chlorophyll. Now, I know there's a lot of big words, but don't get lost with all the confusing words. Just try to keep up. Chlorophyll and sunlight. Chlorophyll traps sunlight and helps plants use the energy it holds. People use sunlight's energy too. We need it to keep us warm, and we need it to see. I couldn't see this book right now if there was no sunlight. The sun makes its own light. Most things do not. Sunlight looks white to us. It is really made up of waves of many different colors, though. I didn't know that. An object's color depends on the light waves it reflects or sends back to our eyes. White objects reflect all colors of light. Oh, okay. Chlorophyll absorbs most sunlight. It reflects green waves, though, so it looks green. Interesting. Mixing light is not the same as mixing paint. The three primary light colors are red, green, and blue. Red and blue light mix to make magenta. Red and green make yellow. Blue and green make a color called cyan, or it's kind of like maybe a teal. Mixing all primary light colors together makes white light. These lemons look yellow to our eyes because they take in all the colors except yellow. That's fascinating. The color yellow gets reflected back to us. I'm confused a little, actually. Here you can see some leaves that are colored green, yellow, and red. Pigments in the leaves cause each of these colors. What makes leaf colors? Pigments color living things. They absorb and reflect different waves of light, so an apple looks red and a sunflower looks yellow. 3 groups of pigments color leaves. Chlorophyll color leaves green. Carotenoids. There's a lot of big words for me, too. Color them mostly yellow and orange. So carotenoids. Maybe think of it like a carrot. Carotenoids. Both groups are found in leaves all through the growing season. Cyanins are made in fall. They color leaves red and purple. Pigments do more than color leaves. They help leaves carry on life processes. The carotenoids help out with photosynthesis. They catch light and pass it to chlorophyll. Tannins are waste from the plant cells. They build up in dying leaves and color them brown. Okay, I see. So if there's too many waste cells, I guess that's why they're brown. Scientists also think tannins are made to keep plants safe from bugs and animals that eat leaves. Ah, yes. There's lots of them there now in this time of season. Ah, goodness. There's a lot of information here. Oh, this page is torn. Okay. Leaves come in different shapes and sizes. Some leaves grow as long as railroad cars. Others fit on the head of a pin. All carry photosynthesis. The way they are built helps them do this job. Most leaves have 2 parts, a blade and a stalk. The thin stalk fixes it to the plant. The wider blade helps leaves catch sunlight and take in carbon dioxide. Gases move in and out of leaves through tiny openings or pores. Okay, so let me try to put this in a way that we can all understand. The gases move in and out of the leaves through tiny openings. So maybe it's like us breathing, you know, like through our nose and through our mouth, we take in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide, which the trees then take and make into more oxygen. Anyway, so maybe that's what it is. The wider blade helps leaves catch sunlight and take in carbon dioxide, which we breathe out. Gases move in and out of leaves through tiny openings or pores. A thin, waxy coating covers most leaves. It keeps them safe and keeps them from drying out. Some plants track the sun. They turn their leaves to catch its most direct rays. As the sun moves across the sky during the day, the plant's leaves move to follow the sun. Actually, yes, I've seen this with plants. It's very fascinating. If you have a flower growing in your house, you can turn the pot and it will direct itself toward the light. Then you keep turning the pot, you know, every other day you turn the pot to make sure that it's always facing the sun. Otherwise it can grow crooked because it's trying to reach the sun. Okay, so this is a deciduous leaf. It has an edge, and there's the midrib, so it's like a spine. There's the veins, the blade, and the stalk. Here's the stalk. This is the whole blade. This picture shows parts of a leaf. The blade has lines running through it called veins. And if you don't already know, which maybe you're too young, some of you, but these are veins. These little tubes that run through our wrist, also they run through our whole body. Here, I don't know if you can see, there's a vein here and here and here. And here, all through our body, we have veins, these little tubes, and they carry our blood to and from places in our body. So that's the same way with the leaves. It carries their special needs, not blood, but it carries the things that they need, like the water and the soil, the food from the soil. Wow, look at this. It's a big, blown up version of the plant. Okay, here you can see all the veins running through the leaf. Veins help food and water move through the plant. Yeah, just like what I was explaining with our veins. Helps get the blood, the food, and the water through our veins to the different places in our body. Roots take in water and minerals from soil. So if we're talking about a tree, the tree has roots that go underground. Maybe you've seen that. So there's dirt. We'll say my hand is the dirt, and then underneath there are these long tentacle things, and they're roots, and they're soaking up the soil, the nutrients from the soil and the water. Okay, leaves make food and other matter. How do things move around inside plants? They move through a system of tubes. One kind of tube moves water and minerals up from roots to leaves. Another kind of tube moves food from the leaves to where it's needed. Leaves use some of the sugars they make in photosynthesis. Extra food goes to other parts like stems and roots, where it is used or stored. The two kinds of tubes are the veins you see on leaves. During the growing season, photosynthesis goes on full blast. Leaves make lots of chlorophyll. And remember, it reflects back to us as green. They need a steady supply. Sunlight breaks chlorophyll down. This happens in the same way that sunlight fades colored paper or cloth over time. Leaves also make carotenoids to help chlorophyll. Why are leaves green if yellow and orange pigments are present? Look at bananas for clues. As bananas ripen, they turn from green to yellow. Yellow color is there all along. Chlorophyll hides it. When chlorophyll breaks down, yellow color shows through. What do you think will happen when photosynthesis stops in leaves? Aha! Now it's making a little more sense. So it's the process of the photosynthesis stopping. I guess because the leaves are dying for the season. The chlorophyll is what makes them green. I'm beginning to understand. So here, leaves are starting to turn from green to their fall colors. As photosynthesis stops, the yellow and orange colors shine through. Perfect. I'm beginning to understand, and this is fascinating. I know it's a lot of big words, and it's a lot to understand, but I think I understand. This tree has no more chlorophyll in its leaves. The leaves have turned yellow and orange and will soon fall off the tree. Okay, so in spring and summer, plants make so much chlorophyll that it masks the other colors. In fall, it gets colder outside. There are fewer hours of daylight. These changes tell us that winter is coming. Plants start to close up shop. The connection between the plant and the leaves closes. In the leaf blades, photosynthesis slows, then stops. The broken down chlorophyll is not replaced. Carotenoids do not break down as fast as chlorophyll. They hang around, coloring leaves yellow and orange. During this time, plants also begin making anthocyanins. For the best displays of fall leaf colors, hope for sunny, warm days, cool nights, some rain, and no frost. If there is an early frost, fall colors are likely to be duller. Well, I don't know where you're living, but where we're living, we've had very delayed frost. So the colors haven't been very bright this year, but we have colors. My son and I just walked by a beautiful red tree that looked like it was on fire. Okay, nature's big show. Do you live where seasons change? Then you can observe nature's big show. All deciduous plants have a part to play. The real stars, though, are the trees that shed their leafy costumes before winter arrives. In yellows and oranges are hickory, elm, cottonwood, black walnut, ash, larch, and others. Not to be outdone are dogwoods, alders, and some oaks in showy shades of red. Sugar maples turn pale yellow, bright orange, and red. What players will you see on fall's stage? It depends on where you live. That is true. Evergreens like pine, cedar, firs, and spruce do not change color in fall. These plants often keep their needle-like leaves for the few years. Needles have matter inside them that acts like antifreeze to help them live through the winter. So it stops the freezing and the cold from getting to them. That's fascinating. I didn't know that. Here, trees show off their beautiful fall colors. The green trees in between are evergreens, which do not change color in the fall. Right, we just learned about that. But look at that beautiful display of red and orange and even some yellow. Okay, we're almost done. Leaf detectives. Fall's brightest and deepest reds come from anthocyanins, which do not form until fall. Leaves start shutting down in fall, though. Why? Why do they store their energy to make new pigments? Scientists have tried to explain this mystery. They ask, how will this matter help the plant? Some think it keeps bugs away. Others think it acts like a sunscreen so the plant can get food from the leaves for longer. Do you have any questions about leaves and their colors? Try to find out the answers. Start by watching the leaves as they change. Enjoy the show. And then it has like a list of all the words that we learned, but they're so big. The words are so big. Whew, I need a break. Okay, normally, my friends, I would not do a book like that because it's just so heavy and it feels like you're learning a lot, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with learning. But usually I do fun, happy-go-lucky stories or maybe sad, serious stories. But I don't normally do a learning book. So I hope your brain's not all scrambled and that you're like, I don't know what just happened. I hope that you learned something because I learned something. I learned lots of somethings. And now I know exactly why the leaves change color and I will never forget it. Maybe someone told me before and I just kind of brushed them off because I didn't understand. But now I do understand and it makes so much sense. They're preparing for winter. I knew that because I knew the leaves fell off the tree, but now it just makes more sense. All right, my friends, if you enjoyed this book, or even if you didn't and you're interested in books that are coming that will be more fun, please subscribe to this channel. And if you are subscribed to this channel, make sure you ring the little bell to get a notification for every time there's a story. I look forward to this so much. Bye-bye.